Welcome to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference, empowering the good. And we love talking about education and teachers making a difference. And in this case, we get to talk about the Oscars of teaching. We'll dive into an award a little bit later on, but we're here with Alexa Guynes, and she is a 5th grade ELA teacher with Dogwood Elementary, part of Germantown Municipal School District. Alexa, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well. So we'll get to talk about this big award, this national recognition for you, the first with Germantown Municipal School District and the only teacher honoree from Tennessee. So congratulations. We'll talk all about that here in a second, but let's start with a little bit about what got you into teaching. And so give us a little bit of your heart for stepping in and being a teacher.
So I'm one of those people who, from the time I started kindergarten, this is what I wanted to do. I went home after school and played school in my room, and I just never had any other thoughts of what I should do. So through high school, through college, I went in, declared my major, and here we are.
Talk about how long you've been teaching, working with Germantown Municipal School District, Dogwood Elementary. Give us some of that backstory.
Okay. So I graduated from Mississippi State in 2012 with my bachelor's, decided to stay and get my master's there. And so when my husband got a job here in Memphis, we moved in 2014, and I got a job at Dogwood. And that was the very first year that GMSD was a district. And so it was wonderful to be part of that inaugural year. And I've been here since then. So this is my 9th year at Dogwood and in GMSD. I taught 1 year of 4th grade, and then I've been in 5th grade since 2015. And it's a dream. Like, I could not imagine working anywhere else. I love it. I love my administration and the people that I work with, and it just is a dream come true.
When you talk about being a teacher, you're serving on the front lines of engaging and educating our youth. When you talk about literacy and citizenship and servant leadership, there's a lot that goes into what you're doing on your end. So first of all, thank you for everything you're doing for our youth, our students, and our children. Second, I want you to talk about, your perspective when you go into a school year. And literacy plays a very important role in this. We'll talk all about the books and everything that you do on that side. But how do you, from a big picture, how do you kind of look at a school year in terms of the goals you want to accomplish, the role models that you want to kind of set in terms of the citizenship, the good behavior, some of those things? What goes into a school year from the large level in terms of planning it out for you?
I love the beginning of a school year because it's a new year. You get to meet all these incredible kids that are coming in, and they're all coming from different spaces, different backgrounds, different experiences. And so for me, being able to start the year off so positive, and we try to make sure that every single day we try to look for something positive in my classroom. We try to do things that encourage kindness, because I don't want the school year, when kids look back on it, to, be something that they were sad about or upset about. And so we do certain things every single week to really put that positive spin, both on behavior. Our school in itself does tickets for kindness. They get these little cards. Every week I encourage my students, I send out like a Google form, and they have to post something that just comes to me, something great about their week, both in school and out of school. So everything that I'm doing from the very first day of school is really trying to build those positive thoughts in their mind. What can we look at that's good? There's going to be bad days. There's going to be things that go wrong, but what can we do to change our mindset and show kindness to each other?
I love it. Talk about a book a day, because this is something that makes your classroom unique.
So a couple years ago, I think it was in 2019, I went up to a conference up in Michigan, and I sat in on a woman named Jillian Heiss's presentation, and she had this idea to do what's called Classroom Book a Day, where you read a picture book to your students at the beginning of class every single day. As soon as I saw that presentation, I knew that we had to do it back here at Dogwood. And so my partner teacher and I, we both went, we came back and we tried it. I guess it was the school year of 2019, 2020. And the results from it, from that very first year, were incredible. We start the day off, and because I teach fifth graders who think they're, sometimes a little cool for school, they were like, "You mean we're going to get on a carpet and we're going to read a picture book together every day?" I'm like, yeah, we are. And I would say by October, the kids are running to the carpet. What book are we reading today? Even today, we've been off school for 3 days, I guess, because the snow and ice. And the first thing my students said when they came in, "Are we going to catch up on our books?" They absolutely love it. It is the best way to make connections with my students, to get them thinking, to show how we can show kindness, show empathy, talk about world events, talk about historical figures. I literally could talk about this for probably 24 hours straight and that not be enough. So I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to do that. And I think that it makes a huge difference with the kids.
Talk about the power of a picture book, because I think when you look at pictures, just like art, you can pull out some really cool imagery and things like, what do you see and why do you see it? That goes back to, like you said, making the connections and getting people to understand that we all come from different perspectives. So talk about the power of a picture book.
So one thing that I love about a picture book is that it has the entire plot in it, which is huge, because we're reading novels by fifth grade. Kids are taking a couple of days to read books, or a month. And so being able to show the pictures, like you were saying, through an entire story is powerful. To talk about the colors that the illustrator uses. What does this color make you feel? Why do you think they're using blue on this page? We actually read a couple wordless picture books that are all imagery. And so it's exciting to see what one student sees and picks up on versus another student. And so you're right, coming from different backgrounds, different life experiences, it's so amazing to see what these 12-year-olds are seeing versus me as an adult. We have different perspectives, and it's great to share those with each other.
So you also do some creative things, March Madness, you think basketball in the brackets, but it's a little different in your classroom. So talk about some of the cool things you do with these books and literacy and tying them in through different themes. Yeah.
So anything that can get kids excited about reading, I'm all for. Anything that makes it a competition or what they feel like they're a part of, really excites them. So we have what's called our May Madness list, which is a list of 32 novels that we encourage and challenge our kids to read throughout the year. And in May, so we changed it from March to May, but in May, we put up a big bracket in the hallway and the kids vote until we're down to like the best book of fifth grade. And so the students get really excited. They get really passionate about it. Like, no, this one was my favorite. And then they get kind of angry when their team or their book gets, knocked out of the round. But it's just a fun way to bring literacy to life, to encourage kids to read. And it also encourages them to read maybe a little out of their comfort zone as well. You have your students that are only going to read graphic novels or only want to read Harry Potter, and so this gets the kids excited about something new, something else. That they get to vote on and be competitive with.
Speaking of teams, you have Guynes' Grizzlies, and you also have an opportunity for them to bring those stories to life with historical figures and costumes and, dressing up like scientists or baseball. So talk about the idea of making it fun, and also too, making them feel like they're a part of a team, making them feel special.
Yeah. So I'm obviously a huge Memphis Grizzlies fan. And so I call them our team. We are the Grizzlies. We're going to grind it out. We use all of those terms. And whenever we're having issues or something like that, I remind them, hey, we're a team. You might be upset with a teammate, but just think about the Grizzlies, they may not all get along all the time, but they have to work together. So we do bring that mindset into the classroom. But with that, I kind of, like I said earlier, I want my students to have such a happy memory of their time in my classroom. So anytime that we can do something where they're going to dress up, where they're going to have some sort of connection to it. So we just finished our study about baseball. And so kind of like you said, we're going to have a little wiffle ball tournament. They dress up in jerseys, and we have a little baseball day celebration. Around Halloween, we dress up as mad scientists and do experiments. So it's just a fun way to make sure that everybody feels included, maybe in something that they're passionate about, but also a way to just bring some of those activities alive and help them remember, what's fun about school, what's fun about working together, and learning something and doing experiments together.
I love it. So as we mentioned earlier, it's called the Oscars for Teachers, and this is the Milken Educator Award. You were the first honoree for Germantown Municipal School District. Congratulations there. And you were the only honoree for the state of Tennessee for the 2022-2023 school year. So huge honor and recognition for you, for the school, for the students, for everything you're doing to power the good. Talk about what this award means overall, and then what it means for you personally.
So this was the most exciting day that I can remember in a very long time. When Dr. Foley came, none of us knew what the state was here for. And it was all this big surprise, which is part of their, signature. They want it to be such a surprise for the teachers and for the school. And so that day, as they were going through and kind of talking about it, once we realized that they were there for an award, everything going through my mind as I was running down the roster of teachers that we have. Who could this be? Who could this be? And I really did not think she was going to say my name. And so when she said it, first off, I think I had a little tunnel vision there for a minute and just the world stopped. But it really validates all your hard work that you've put in. Teaching is hard. It is not for the faint of heart. The past couple years have been extremely tough, having to pivot between virtual learning and, new curriculums and things like that. And so when you get an award that you are not expecting, the fact that they award teachers this, it's funny. My husband likes to tell this story. My partner teacher, Miss Coleman, had texted him and said, "Hey, your wife just won this huge award." And he kind of made a joke. He was like, "Oh, did she just get like a sheet of paper with her name on it or something?" He was like, "Oh, this is actually a huge deal." And so, I wish teachers got this more often. I wish I could give this to everyone. And so I'm so proud of all the hard work that I've done to get here. And it's something that I hope will inspire other teachers, to stay in the profession and work hard and find fun and exciting ways to make sure that your students feel loved and that you feel good still in the classroom.
You mentioned this being hard and not for the faint of heart. How can the community help make it easier? How can we help support you, other teachers? I mean, obviously you're serving on the front line. So what can we do to be more supportive as a community to help your efforts?
Man, that's a hard question. I will say that the community that I work in right now is fabulous. We have great parental support. We have great community support. But it is hard. It's hard with different mandates that come down that require, you have a certain amount to teach this. This is a new thing that you have to do this year. It's expensive, just getting materials in the classrooms from the community is huge. The Germantown Education Foundation has been amazing for the Germantown schools and helping get supplies into teachers' classrooms, and helping with things like that. And that's something that is huge. You spend a whole lot of your own money in the classroom. And so it's hard financially. And just having that open communication, having community partners, having parents to partner with you, it makes such a difference, both for the student and for the classroom and the schools. And so just continuing to be supportive, continuing to be an open ear, is really what we need.
Well, and that's why I'm glad that you came on to share what you're doing, to share your passion, your heart for what you do. I think it's important for the public to see and to hear from you saying, look, this is what we're doing. This is what we're trying to do to help the children and make it exciting and bring people together, and the kindness, the empathy, all the things that we're talking about above and beyond just the learning aspect in the classroom. And so I think that's why it's so important to have you kind of share that passion and see it, at the same time also to celebrate it, just like with the award. And so congratulations again, once again, Milken Educator Award. And so this is a huge honor for you and for the school district, and really for the school, the students, everyone, when you look at what you're doing to raise the bar and ultimately change the lives of these youth and our future leaders. So thank you for all you do, for sure. And I hope the community can get more supportive and behind everything that you and our teachers are doing across the Mid-South. The website for those who want to learn more about Germantown Municipal School District, Dogwood Elementary, all of this, GMSDK12.org is the website. Alexa, congratulations. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.